Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, the fate of the massive Aqua by the Bay project now rests with the Manatee County Commission.
It's a project that developer Carlos Baruf has been pushing for years. A decision to approve or deny this huge development on El Conquistador Parkway at Sarasota Bay. It could happen at any time, and ABC 7's Rick Adams is joining us live now from the Manatee County Administration Building with more. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, the meeting is still going on, and let me tell you, it is a packed house in there. Aqua by the Bay is a 529-acre project that will feature many homes and buildings of all different sizes. People who are for it and against it have been in front of commissioners all day long. The main issues are height concerns and environmental impacts.
One of the last pristine sections of Sarasota Bay that we don't want destroyed, and we don't want that to be placed at risk. There's so little detail in this proposal, and there's a lot of missing information, and we the public deserve to have that information brought forth.
By the way, Manatee County planning commissioners recently had rejected this project proposal, and as soon as we find out about a decision, we're not sure if it's going to happen this evening or today, but as soon as we find out about it, we'll let you know and pass it along to you. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley and Scott, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. A 6-hour standoff in Manatee County today ends with a peaceful arrest. Sheriff's deputies went on to a home on Bayshore Road in Palmetto around 8 o'clock this morning to investigate a domestic battery call. They say the man they wanted to speak to refused to come out of the house and was possibly armed. SWAT surrounded the home as a precaution, and some nearby schools were put on lockdown. Negotiators tried to make contact with the man for hours. They finally convinced him to end the standoff, and he was arrested around 2:30 this afternoon. The man now faces aggravated battery and possibly kidnapping charges. The female victim was able to get out of the house safely and is okay.
Sarasota police once again arrest a man who they say was selling drugs and syringes to day laborers in downtown Sarasota. Undercover detectives say 45-year-old Calvin Butler sold workers in the area cocaine, opioids, and paraphernalia 4 times last month. A spokesperson for the police department says this isn't the first time in the past few months they've caught Butler red-handed.
Our narcotics officers arrested Calvin Butler in April, and he bonded out of bonded out of jail on those charges. And while he was out of jail, he, during the month of July, conducted 4 separate undercover operation narcotics deals with our officers once again.
Well, the detectives say Butler is a big mover and shaker in the local drug community, and police also say it's surprising that Butler bonded out from similar charges in April and then went back to selling drugs again.
All day today, tonight, and over the next couple of days, firefighters will be working to extinguish a mulch fire in Northport. The fire started in a mulch pit on Joe Jeff Street in the Northport Estates area around 3:30 this morning. Crews quickly surrounded the area and brought in water from across the street. The fire has grown to about half an acre in size, but firefighters say right now no homes are in danger. But people who live nearby or drive along I-75 between Sumter Boulevard and Toledo Blade Boulevard may see some heavy smoke.
We've made some good progress, but this is probably a long-term event. Right now, there's really not any issue or danger to the surrounding properties. We have a good handle on it. It's just going to take a while to get deep-seated into this pile. The crews from Venice Land Clearing are working on top, isolating this and cutting it off so that it won't get to the additional piles.
Crews say the fire will likely smolder for several days.
The men and women who fought for hours to get a massive tire fire on the Suncoast under control are getting a big thank you. The 5-alarm fire started at Bradenton Business in mid-May. The fire at Callahan Tire on 12th Street Court East put out a huge plume of smoke that could be seen for about 20 miles away. And many people in that immediate area had to be evacuated. The flames destroyed hundreds of tires and 3 people suffered minor injuries. Well, today the owner of Callahan Tire wanted to thank all the firefighters and Manatee County Sheriff's deputies who helped put that fire out. He hosted a cookout and gave out free barbecue plates to all the first responders.
They did a fantastic job. Just teamwork and the way they went about containing that fire and putting it out was just something I've never seen before. They're a great department.
Fortunately, the damage was limited to tires that were outside of the warehouse, which were slated to be retreaded.
And now it's time to check in on our First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Haley and Scott. We have some storms back in the picture right now. Not as many as we normally expect, but more than we've seen over the past couple of days. Some showers now down south have weakened near Northport and near Englewood. We had a little bit of rainfall there just about a half hour ago. And then this cell has been popping up and rather intense. A few more lightning strikes, too, we're noticing. So that means some more moisture coming back into play in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And notice this. We had the rain, kind of heavy at times, created an outflow boundary. And there it is right there. It's already generated one shower right there near Venice, near Jacaranda, and pushing off toward the north right now. But notice I sensitized the radar a little bit more, and you can see the outflow boundary. There's one right there. There's one right there. And as these two meet, we're going to see more showers, I think, popping up like we saw in East Manatee County down the road. So look for that in the next half hour to 45 minutes as those two meet just east of the interstate. 88 degrees right now. We have some clouds, high clouds around near Sarasota Bay. The dew point is up there, 74, and it makes it feel like 97. I mentioned that dry air has moved away. You know, it was rather thick around yesterday, the dry air all in place, but now a little bit more moisture coming back into play. But this will eventually move in too. I'll let you know when, and we'll take a look at the tropics, getting a little interesting down there in the Atlantic. Coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Today in Charlottesville, remembering one of its own, Heather Heyer, in an emotional memorial. Community members gathered this afternoon for a memorial service to honor the 32-year-old woman. She was killed on Saturday when a Dodge Challenger plowed into a crowd of people demonstrating against a white nationalist rally. Today at the service, family, friends, and co-workers took turns sharing stories about the woman they remember for what she believed in. And the fallout over President Trump's response to the violence in Charlottesville now reaching a fever pitch. Eight business leaders resigning from the president's manufacturing council, leading Trump to disband that and one other business council. ABC's Janae Norman has the latest on this backlash.
President Trump finding himself on the side of radicals as he seemed to defend white supremacists and neo-Nazis, saying those demonstrating against their views are as much to blame for the violence in Charlottesville as those who planned the event.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Jews will not replace us!
Vice News Tonight capturing stunning moments in Charlottesville, even as one of the group's members defends the death of counter-demonstrator Heather Heyer.
The fact that none of our people killed anybody unjustly, I think, is a plus for us.
I've condemned neo-Nazis. I've condemned many different groups, but not all of those people were neo-Nazis, believe me.
Republican Lindsey Graham, who once called then primary opponent Donald Trump a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot, now saying Trump took a step backward by suggesting there is moral equivalency between the white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and KKK members and other Charlottesville protesters.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious, and it was horrible, and it was a horrible thing to watch. But there is another side.
As business leaders began distancing themselves from President Trump, he tweeted, "For every CEO that drops out of the Manufacturing Council, I have many to take their place." Just one day later, 8 executives had resigned, and the president decided to disband his Manufacturing Council and one other business council. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
The violence in Virginia and the backlash likely led to a controversial decision by one of the largest universities here in Florida. The University of Florida says white nationalist leader Richard Spencer is not welcome to speak on campus. Spencer's National Policy Institute wanted to rent space at the university for an event on September 12th, but the school denied the request today, saying it has safety concerns. University President Kent Fox says the request is being denied because of the protest in Charlottesville, as well as calls for similar violence in Gainesville on social media. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, if you're overweight, does that automatically mean you are unhealthy? Researchers try to clarify if you can be fat and fit.
And First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your forecast, plus spotting the real glasses from the fakes, how you can tell if your solar eclipse glasses are a ripoff. Straight ahead.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Demand for glasses to watch the historic solar eclipse on Monday has skyrocketed.
But so have knockoffs. So how do you know if a pair of glasses that you have are the real thing or a counterfeit? Mary Maloney shows us what to look out for.
Amazon is taking action. The company is issuing refunds to customers who may have purchased phony solar eclipse glasses. Amazon also removed a few listings on its website. To safely watch the solar eclipse, you'll need a special pair of ultra-dark sunglasses. This prevents permanent eye damage the sun's rays could cause. Look for glasses that clearly display the manufacturer's name and make sure there's an ISO icon. But even phony and unsafe glasses may seem legit and could have this logo. So before the eclipse, try on the glasses. All you should see is the sun, nothing else. And before you buy, go to nasa.gov and click on the Eclipse 2017 hyperlink. There you'll find a list of approved retailers where you can buy safe glasses. Many of these glasses are under $5, and make sure to read up on how to watch the eclipse, even with the approved eyewear. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
The demand for these solar eclipse glasses is high here on the Suncoast as well. It took only 13 minutes for the Northport Library to hand out hundreds of specialized glasses. A group of people were lined up outside of the library at 8 o'clock this morning to get those glasses. And within those first 13 minutes, around 200 pairs of the special NASA-approved solar eclipse glasses were given away. The Northport Library was the last one in Sarasota County to have them.
It was exciting to see that many people interested in science or STEM programs and of those ages. And they were pleased, they were grateful. Some of them that were way at the tail of the line felt that they weren't going to get them.
Again, the glasses are all gone there, but you can try to get a pair at Manatee County Library starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The solar eclipse this Monday. Florida will see a partial eclipse. About 80%, which isn't bad.
I don't know if this is a bad solution, but can you not just look briefly and then put on your polarized sunglasses? I know you might not get the full... I mean, I don't think you should still stare at it, but I'm just wondering if you do a quick glimpse.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that you're going to go blind.
Yeah,
This is not medically approved advice. I'm just putting it out there.
Right.
So maybe someone can answer that question. But
we'll look into that. You know,
Yeah.
we have my aunt who lives in Omaha, Nebraska, is going to be at the total eclipse just to the south there. So they have a big party going on. A lot of people are flying into there just to see it.
Yeah, just for that.
We're going to be down here monitoring maybe a hurricane that could be in the Atlantic, which could actually clear us out, or it could bring us increased cloud cover. It depends upon how close it's going to be there in the Atlantic. It's a long way off, obviously, but a lot of the models are showing it that it will be near the Bahamas, and sometimes the overspill of that can create quite a bit of high-level cloudiness. We're hoping not, but we had some clouds today. Liquid Ranch webcam showing some showers around, finally getting some rainfall after a few days of dry conditions here. We are looking at some showers starting to pop up here and there. Getting back to basics just for a little while, though, because there's some more dry air moving in from the Atlantic. It looks like on Saturday. Right now, Liquid Ranch looking okay. We have the strongest hurricane of the season thus far, Gert. Winds are now up to 100 miles an hour. It has a well-defined eye. You see it right there. In that last frame, it's moving away from the United States and heading off into the open waters of the Atlantic. But it just shows you that this is the time of season that we start to see these major storms developing. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Plenty of heat and atmospheric heat as well as ocean heat actually causing that storm to really intensify today. You can see the showers and storms a little bit more around today, and that's a result of that dry air moving away. The one lone shower and storm now, for the most part, located in eastern portions of Manatee County and also just on the border of Hardee and DeSoto counties, generating a little bit more lightning too. And that indicates that it looks like there's less dry air in the atmosphere, allowing these storms to develop and get a little higher into the atmosphere. We had some bigger storms near Northport and Englewood. That has since moved on. There's still some showers near Venice, scattered about. And we're going to keep the rain chance at around 30% through this evening, so don't be surprised by a few showers out there. 88 degrees right now. We have some high clouds out there in the bay. You can see that quite clearly. The dew point temperature at 74, and the pressure fairly high, 30.06 inches. And the forecast tomorrow is calling for scattered showers and storms, but it's not going to be a rain out. We will see some of that activity developing. 100-mile-an-hour winds now associated with Gert. It's expected to become a Category 1 by, again, Thursday. So it's going to drop down in status. It will maintain that 2 status. It doesn't appear that it's going to become a major storm as it makes its way off to the north-northeast. Really having no impact in terms of the wind, but the heavy surf causing some problems along the east coast there. That's not so much important, but these are. We have 3 tropical waves lined up in the Atlantic. This one getting close to the islands now, and the forecast is for this to become more on a westerly course. The conditions are not all that favorable over the next day, but it comes a pretty good chance as we move on into the eastern Caribbean. And you'll notice the forecast tracking path, all of it kind of keeps it south of Florida, heading off toward Central America. Now, the one behind it looks a little bit more organized. This is disturbance 2. It has a 50% chance to develop it. And notice the forecast, at least a lot of the models suggesting a more west to northwesterly flow. There's Florida right there. So this is in about 5 days from now. That would put it at Monday if it were to develop. And that chance now at 50%. Then the one behind it has a 40% chance developing as well. So yes, 1, 2, 3 right in a row. We'll keep an eye on it for you. A few showers this evening, and then they'll be back again Thursday. Drying out a little bit on Saturday as that dry air moves in. For boaters tomorrow, northeast winds turn to the northwest at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 2 feet or less with a light chop out there. Water temperature at 92 degrees, and the UV index will be at 10 tomorrow. The forecast tides upcoming, high tide at 10:49 and a low at 2:26. 8:07 for your sunset, partly cloudy. A few evening storms are possible, warm and muggy, and then 78 for a low. And then tomorrow, look for partly cloudy conditions, scattered storms mainly in the afternoon, high of 91. And the extended forecast does call for better chance for showers and storms on Friday, tapering off. Dry air moves on Saturday. And then we'll be watching what happens with the tropics throughout early next week. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. Right now, there's a crash in North Sarasota. It's at the intersection of DeSoto Road and Shade Avenue, but does not appear to be affecting any traffic in that area. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, the question is medical marijuana beneficial for treating chronic conditions? When it comes to treating chronic pain or post-traumatic stress disorder, 2 related reviews published in the journal Annals of Internal Medicine find little scientific evidence to support its effectiveness or safety. The researchers reviewed 27 studies and found insufficient evidence to draw conclusions about whether medical marijuana was helpful to pain sufferers. However, there was one exception, neuropathic or nerve pain, but even there, the evidence was weak. The results were the same for PTSD. One study even showed a worsening of symptoms after using marijuana. It's been suggested recently that doctors may need to rethink the notion that being overweight is unhealthy if a person is active and has normal key blood work numbers, such as cholesterol levels. But a study is calling that into question, saying fat but fit is a myth. Carrying those extra pounds can increase risk of coronary heart disease by up to 28%, even if your other results appear normal. That's according to a study in the European Heart Journal. The risk of heart disease was even higher for those who were obese and metabolically unhealthy, meaning they had high cholesterol, blood sugar, or blood pressure, or all of the above. Could stem cells one day be a way to turn back the clock on aging and give us more vigor? Cardiac stem cells derived from young hearts help reverse the signs of aging when injected into the old hearts of elderly rats. That's according to a study published in the European Heart Journal. The old rats appeared invigorated after receiving their injections. Cardiac stem cells improved heart function, the rats had more energy, their hair grew faster, and even their telomeres lengthened. Those are the parts of DNA that shorten with age. Researchers are exploring if these stem cells could be given to humans intravenously in the future. Coming up, the search for the crew of a Black Hawk helicopter. What happened in the minutes just before the chopper went down. Plus, high-tech room service. A hotel is using a robot to get customers what they need faster.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota's 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me.
Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now to a developing story off Hawaii.
Coast Guard and Army rescuers are looking for the crew of a Black Hawk helicopter that crashed last night. 5 people were aboard the Army helicopter when it went down about 2 miles off the coast of Oahu. They were conducting a routine night training mission when another Black Hawk they lost communication with officials on the ground. The crew in that other chopper also lost radio and visual contact with the Black Hawk before it went down. Searchers located a debris field, but all 5 men are still missing.
Newly discovered photos may have more clues about where the wreckage of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 is located. Satellite photos that were taken less than a month after the flight disappeared in 2014 show dozens of objects floating around the potential crash zone off Australia. Officials say it's unclear if any of the objects are debris from the aircraft, but experts say if they are part of the plane, it could help them find the wreckage. MH370 vanished while flying from Malaysia to China. 239 people were on board.
You may soon be able to get even faster room service at a hotel. The M Social Hotel in Singapore now has Aura, a room service robot. Hotel officials say the robot's goal is to deliver items to their guests, and more robots are in the works for the hotel, including one that will be able to cook egg dishes. But don't worry, hotel execs say the robots will not replace human employees, at least not yet.
Maybe if they're just added to the staff.
Right.
Just to, because sometimes, I mean, you have to make multiple calls when people need towels and this person needs this food and that, and so it might help. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, another push to make sure the water in Venice is safe to drink.
Why some city leaders say more testing is needed. We'll have the story coming up.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.